What's up? Faith with No Filter. We're back. Part two. Tyler Dabbs. Your questioning guide.
I
We're
am.
in the midst of COVID.
Well, it's not.
What are you asking?
It's not because of COVID. It's just the everything. You know, it's and like I said before, I didn't get to it, but I remember thinking this in my head, which it may sound dumb now, but the sun. This is random. The sun is a star,
Oh, I'm
right?
ready for this.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. What do you look in the sky and what do you see?
Clouds?
At
Light.
night, what do you see?
The moon.
The moon.
Stars.
Stars.
Okay. So
You sure you wasn't smoking something?
I was not.
All right.
Finish the thought,
I'm
please.
finishing the thought. If y'all let me. So, all right, you see other stars, which are suns, correct?
Yes.
And I remember vividly thinking this, that how did he create this? You know what I mean? Like, it sounds dumb saying it now because of just the pure chaos that was going on. How can one guy do this? And not that I ever didn't believe, because I grew up believing my whole life. I just questioned. I questioned him. And I didn't turn to him. I just asked questions and like, okay, bye. You know. Didn't think about it again. I probably did. I don't know.
I think it's okay to question God.
You think so?
I mean, I don't remember who I heard say this, but I've heard somebody say this before. If our God, who created us, couldn't handle our questions, then why would he even be our God?
Yeah.
So I think it's okay when you question certain things.
The way I look at it, and I've said this before, if you're asking him questions, you're still talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
When you stop talking to him is when there's a problem.
Well, okay, we'll go with that. And that was the first time.
What I'm trying to say is I was hammered and looking at the
Yeah,
sky.
yeah. But we'll go with that. So we'll say that's the first time I talked to him in 9 or 10 years.
So you wasn't even throwing up a little, hey, God.
No,
I'm
Not-
going
not
through
Pop
Not
off
even-
sick.
Not even
2000.
in 2018.
no.
Didn't say one thing to the
Mm.
Lord.
Was you nothing? Just not even a mad situation. Nothing. Just no conversation.
Just nothing.
Okay.
And that's what I'm still confused about, because that's not how I grew up.
Yeah.
Like I didn't, in the small Baptist world, you didn't get prophesied over,
Mm-hmm.
or it was just kind of like you rattled a peppermint wrapper, you was getting a book across the head.
Yes.
So like that's
I think we should bring that
there's a
back.
place for it.
But it was just a different world than what I'm used to right
Sure.
now. Just totally different. Not saying it's bad, it's just different. So I'm gonna skip a few years to 2021.
Is there a reason you skipped, or this is kind of where you want to?
This is where I want to continue,
Okay, gotcha.
because nothing changes. I'm
Okay.
still doing me.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same story, doing the same things. So in 21, Amanda starts having trouble. She has to have a hysterectomy. So she has a hysterectomy. Everything goes great. They said, hey, there's a small chance of, complications. Well, there's always a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So she has her hysterectomy, and it recovers for, say, a week and a half. I go back to work. She calls me, and y'all know her. She's not one to go to the doctor, and is for sure not one to call the ambulance. She calls me at work, flipping out. I'm not going into detail, but she had the ambulance come pick her up. There was the incision on the inside. There was a blood clot the size of a softball above the incision, and they had to go back in and redo the surgery and fix it. So they had to go back in and stitch her back up, whatever. And at this point, I still, I was worried worried sick. You know what I mean? And still nothing. Like I was just kind of living on a wing and a prayer, I guess you'd say. But
Without the prayer.
Without the prayer, yeah. Without the prayer. And that was, and looking back now, would be a reason that, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
is all in his hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would know, and even then, like I knew I was taken care of, but I didn't do anything to
Did you
earn
kind
it
of
or deserve it.
did you kind of feel like, and this could be me just thinking this, in your head you already know, I know he can take care of it.
Yeah.
But so I'm just not going to go to him.
Yes.
Mm.
Very spoiled child mentality on that.
Gotcha.
Through all this, is your wife praying or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Not that you know of.
I would have to ask her that, but I'm going to say no.
Don't worry. We'll get there.
Did you already, you might have already said this, did she grew up in church?
Kinda.
Okay.
Not as much as I did.
Okay.
But she went to a church probably like a lot of our kids now, like in the youth
Mm-hmm.
that come on Wednesday nights.
Sure.
I think she was one of them.
Okay.
But she will for sure correct me on that. I know.
Because she's right.
Yeah, she's right. So, and after that, she was fine. They fixed the surgery. Everything's peachy. So then, I forget it even happened. Right? It's over with. He fixed it. I'm done. Don't need you no more. So we're going to fast forward again to 2022. Carrie, I mentioned my sister, and she's married to Brandon Land. They started taking our kids to church, both of them. They wanted to go. They originally started going on Wednesday nights and eventually went with them every Sunday and Wednesday for months. And that's when it started really hitting me. That because I would wake up and cook them breakfast, and sometimes I would take them there.
I remember seeing you drop them off on the side of the building.
Yeah, I would drop them off on the side of the building and make sure that Carrie or Brandon one was at the side door, and I would jet. I was gone. Didn't want nothing to do with it. So and then they love going, and they started asking us to come, and I still wanted nothing to do with it. Not even a little bit. And I don't even really know why. I wasn't done doing what I wanted to do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is the best excuse I have. And that's all it is an excuse. Because I don't have any better reason. So, like I said, they tried to get us to go. So, in January, and I was wrong. I forgot whose it was. Might have been yours. When I said the first time we came was in February. When did y'all start? Might have been you.
No, it was Nathan when he was talking about the tornado.
Yeah, we've talked about our soft opening, if you want to call it, from rebuilding after the fire.
Yeah, right before the tornado.
Yeah, right before the tornado.
Was that January of 23?
That would have been right in that timeline.
Okay, 'cause that's what I come up with. Our first time going was in January of 23. I believe the best we can remember was for homecoming. Is that right when homecoming is?
No. No, homecoming's later in the year.
We just had homecoming. Not too awfully long ago.
It's in the fall. January would have been when we opened up the sanctuary.
Maybe that's what it was, the soft opening then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have been then because the tornado was in March, and we were full fledged in the new building for a few weeks before the tornado hit.
Okay, so all right, January of 23, we show up one time. The kids kind of guilt us into coming, I guess you would say.
Good.
Well, I say us. Amanda wanted to go too. it was me. It was all me. Didn't want to go. So we finally came. So we came the that time, and I've got one after. We come one service after that, and then we didn't come back for a few weeks. Why? I couldn't tell you.
Was it the pastor?
No,
Just
No.
checking.
we always came to the Easter egg hunts and the fall festival.
That's where we get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Good events.
hook. You get the kids, you get them all.
That's right.
Ah,
Which is not the right order.
No.
Talk about that later on.
So like I said, it was a mixture of the kids wanting us to go and Amanda wanted to go as well. So I was like, okay, I'll go. Whatever, let's go.
That's how our podcast gets done.
That's right.
So like I said, we skipped a few weeks, and the next time we come back is on March the 5th, 2023. And that March the 5th would actually turn out to be a very, very important day for me. I didn't want to go. I had stuff to do. Does anybody want to guess what I had to do?
Can I guess? Because I just looked at your notes.
Yeah.
I bet you had a tree that was bothering you.
there was a tree leaning somewhere in the yard.
This is one of my favorite stories.
I love this story. I'm using this story in Sunday school in a couple of weeks.
So March 5th, 2023. Yeah, there was a tree. And I wanted to cut it down on Sunday morning. Anything, then go to church. Right? That was my mentality. Like, I want to cut it down right now. I don't want to go to church.
Y'all see that tree? It's gotta go. Today's the day.
Gotta go right meow. It's gotta go. So I get talked into going. So we go to church.
Bump that tree.
Forget the tree. We go. And I come home and I proceed with cutting this tree down after we got back from church. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I am not a what's the word?
Arborist?
Arborist. There you go. I'm not an arborist.
I was going lumberjack.
Yeah, that either.
I wasn't gonna guess.
Now, you get a tree on the ground, I'll cut that baby up. If it's standing up, you can forget me, okay? Just in case y'all need my help down the road.
Appreciate it.
I could have used you.
No, yours was already down.
Yours was down.
Hey, you could have used him. You all right?
Yeah, I was fine with your tree. It was on the ground.
No, it wasn't.
It
Nope.
was in my house.
It was in the living room.
But anyway, so before that, I didn't say this part. I had went and bought 2 really long ropes because in my head, I'm tying these ropes to the tree. I'm going to cut this tree, and when it's ready to fall, Amanda's in my truck, and it's just going to just whoop over. So and I had to buy these long ropes because I didn't want her to be in any danger either. So I bought the long ropes, and I tied them as high as I could, so that way it would she just pull on it,
Mhm.
and it would fall over. So she's in the truck. I'm cutting. I cut the notch. I watched the YouTube video. I cut the notch in it. I started cutting the back. I'm telling her to go. She goes. The tree is straight up. So she starts pulling on the tree, and it's leaning over. And in my head, we're at a 45-degree angle of this tree. Rope snaps. Oh no. And what I'm about to say feels like an eternity that this happened. Like I watched this all in slow motion happen, but in reality, it was probably 2 seconds. I watched this tree like I said, it probably happened faster than this, but this is how I see it. This is how I remember seeing this. Freezes at the angle it's at, and slowly sits right back down to where it was, because I didn't say this either. It's right in front of my house, so if it falls whichever way after it comes back, it's falling on the house. And in that, when I feel like time froze in my head, I've done made promises to somebody I hadn't talked to in years. Because I remember in my head talking, if this don't fall on my house or on my wife, I will be in church and I will give you everything I've got. And that's what happened. It sat right back down where it started. And I fell in the yard crying like a baby. Right there in the yard, right beside it. I can't explain what happened. I mean, I know what happened now. It's it's something seeing it and living it in person. And I told him he did what I wanted him to do, and I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. I may not be perfect at it, but I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. And like I told you about all those stories about how everybody died that year, and then Amanda had her surgery and had to have it redone. He was there the whole time. I knew it. I didn't appreciate it. And that's what's bad. I regret it. And not really happy with myself about it, but I didn't care. And that's not how you should be. Especially knowing what I know now. And being I'm not saying I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You're saying you've come a long way.
Yeah, I've come a long way.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
I don't think you like that we got really quiet on you there for a second.
No, because I lost it.
When we call that, well, go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
So, all right, we'll go after that. So, I told him, hey, I will be there when the doors open, and I'm going to give it everything I've got. Whether that be good enough or not, it's what you're going to get.
I just know where you ended up. You gotta be careful what you promise the Lord. Might stick you somewhere you don't intend on being.
So after that, we're in church every Sunday, every Wednesday, with bells on. And then the tornado happened in March, right, of that year. Okay. So here's something you didn't know.
Here we go.
The tornado happens, and like I said, we had just basically started. We had been there maybe 4 times, 4 weeks, worth of going to church. Tornado comes, and we're there at the church when you talked about how Justin had all the supplies and all the people there, and we're handing out, the people coming through the drive-thru, we're handing out all the supplies. And this guy here, I forgot where you were going, but you didn't let me go with you.
I'm excited right now.
Oh, wow.
Which,
Well, we were taking a crew across town, probably.
you were in your silver truck with a trailer behind it, and
Side by side.
a side-by-side.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I think you were in my truck, and I was in the side-by-side.
Yeah. Something along those lines. I was like,
Yeah.
Because I had Benny's.
Yeah.
No. You were in your golf cart.
Maybe I was. I have no idea.
One way or the other.
Either way,
Yeah.
y'all didn't want Ty to go with y'all.
No.
No.
Well, we'll
No,
we'll say our
no,
piece in a minute.
I say that he didn't want me to go. There was a ton of stuff going on, and I get it. Like,
If I would have knew you were an arborist, we would have took you with us. So
Wouldn't have done no good. We didn't have a chainsaw one.
didn't have a chainsaw at all.
no, I would have been wouldn't done you no good with me cutting a tree down.
Like you got the Lord on your side.
Hey, for one time I did. So we're there, we're handing out in the line, and fun fact, the news was there, and my legs wound up on the news. In case y'all were wondering.
Hate I missed that.
Yeah, I know. I forgot who they were recording talking, but my shoes and my legs were on the news. That's the highlight of my
Stole
life.
The show.
Yeah, highlight of my life. So, and while we're going to church, I'm slowing down drinking. I would quit and say I was quit I would make it a week. I'd start back. So, and I do that for about 2 months whilst going to church, right? Still trying to figure things out. That part of my life, anyway. So this is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 23.
Heavy celebration day.
Yeah. Amanda and I go to Cantina, the Mexican place in Tupelo. Yeah. I ordered a Dos Equis draft, a big one. I get about halfway through it, and I look at her and I tell her I'm done. Right then, that was I didn't even finish it. That's the last drink I've had since May 5th of 23. So I'm about to be 3 years sober. And it was like that. It's something I'd been asking for. And it didn't happen right off, because funny enough, what got me through it was every night that I wanted something to drink, I would make a root beer float. Every night. Sometimes more than one.
Kind of the same thing, really.
Huh?
Some days are tough. You know what I mean?
You have a bad day, you get 2 root beer float day. You know what I mean?
Doubled up.
But as weird and as funny as that sounds, that's what helped get me through that. So,
Still kept the figure.
Jealous.
You see Ty in there drinking his root beer float, the kids running, get out of here!
I'm having a moment.
so I mean, and that, yeah.
Daddy, can I have one? No! I want you to end up like me.
You can't handle the Bluebell. Get out of here. So, and finally, I weaned myself off of that as well. So, but
Congratulations.
I still do enjoy a good root beer float every once in a while.
Remind him of the good old times.
You're not having a root beer float today? Not today. I'm doing good today.
So we continue after that. We just do our thing. We keep going to church, loving it. We get asked at the end of 2023 to teach Sunday school, which was a very eye-opening moment for me, because I had just eased into going to church, which at this point was for 9 months now, but to me that was fresh. I was new. So I was like, I don't really want to, but sure, why not? And that may sound bad because Sunday school is a big deal, and I understand that. But at the moment, I didn't realize how big of a deal it was. Just And at this point, I didn't really talk to anybody at the church. I showed up, I sat with my wife, and we left.
Why you didn't get an invite in the truck?
That's why.
Who's that guy?
Hey, Tyler wants to go.
Who?
Okay. Tell him to get on the trailer.
But yeah, working with those kids was very eye opening because I connected with them. I could talk to them easy. They
Pretty much same height.
Half
Yeah.
of them was your nephews.
Yeah.
yeah, half of them I knew, so it was very easy for me. And the hardest part for me going back to church was because, and not so much at our church, but you feel like you're under a microscope. I did anyway. And that couldn't be any further from the truth at our church right now. Because everybody there wants to genuinely help. They're not, I don't feel judged going in our church. I did then, but that's because I didn't know any better. And I'm still trying to just, from the complete 180 of my lifestyle, I'm trying to figure out who I am again. We quit hanging out with the people we were hanging out with, not because they're bad people, because I didn't want to be around anything like that anymore. It just wasn't something I wanted to do. And I don't remember. I'm getting to a story. I'm working through it in my head. I feel like I had talked to y'all some.
Let's define some. Like, we pass in the hallway. What's up? Hey, Ty. Blur. I didn't even call you Ty then.
Yeah.
No, it was Tyler.
Yeah. I hit y'all with that hello, and walked off.
That guy's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Cute kid, though. Got some cute kids.
Oh, hey, day one in children's ministry, his daughter was my favorite by
Yeah.
far.
Anyway, so
I like Coda too. But
he's all right sometimes. So we're doing Sunday school for the whole of 24. Which was, and still I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really talk to anybody. You got elected deacon in 25, correct? Okay. So the whole part of my story of when I said I didn't really care about, I knew God was going to get me through things. And what I took from that was I wasn't listening. And that's a big part of what I try to do now. I just, whether I want to hear it or not, I try to listen to what he's telling me to do or say or whatever. So Nathan gets elected deacon in 25. And at this point, it had been nothing but, hey, how you doing? I'd shake his hand. And after he gets elected, something is eating at me to go talk to him and tell him, because I knew he was doing the men's thing, that over the men did you just start?
No, I've been doing it for a little while.
Okay, well, I'd never been to one of those either. So something was telling me, hey, go tell him. I don't know. Have I told you this? Okay. Well, here you go.
yeah, he told you.
Have I?
Yeah, because I know the story that he's about to tell.
Keep going. We'll see.
Something's telling me, hey, go talk to Nathan. Tell him, basically, that you're here to help. Okay. You may not remember this. I met you in the doorway,
Yeah, I'm with you now.
going in by the Glow Kids checkout or checkout, same thing. We had a conversation. I was like, hey man, I know you got a lot going on now. If you need help, let me know. And you said, hey, yeah, I had to come up here and put chairs out. I was like, okay, well, text me. I'll, next time I'll come help you. You remember that conversation?
I do. I'm with you now.
Okay. Well, a few weeks later, I get invited to a funeral.
Invited.
Invited.
I don't know that it was a few weeks.
Yeah, it was a few weeks.
I thought it was shorter time than that.
It-
I thought it was shorter time too, because
That was like the next weekend.
yeah,
Was it?
I think it was pretty close.
Okay, well, we'll say 2 weeks. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So week or so later, we'll say 2 weeks. Nathan comes up after church and asks me to go to a funeral with him and this guy. So I was like, yeah, sure. It was a day of the Wild Game Supper too, right? Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we
Yes, it
came
was.
back and yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of how we met. I feel like we hit it off, kind of immediately, I guess.
No, absolutely. Let me. The funeral story.
Yeah.
Go ahead and clear that up.
Yeah.
A guy at our church is in a Christian motorcycle group, and one of their guys in the group, his son had passed away, and was just needing some guys around him at the funeral, just to have that brotherly love, or however you want to say it, and wanted me to reach out and get some guys to come with us. But yeah, that was a strange invite, I guess.
Yeah, I should have led with that. I wasn't making light of it. I was just, that's what happened. Like, but nonetheless, that's how it happened. So we go to there, we go to the funeral, and I do realize the gravity of that situation. I know it was a big deal. But so we come back, and I help. We all do the get ready for the Wild Game Supper, and that's a day that I ain't told neither one of y'all this, but it was a very fun day for me. Even going to the funeral, as bad as that sounds, because it opened a door for me that, hey, you still can, have fun and not,
You're starting to grow a relationship
yeah,
at this point.
Well, and I think maybe when he rode with me and Nathan, he seen that we weren't what you might have thought growing up in
No.
a Baptist church.
Yeah.
no, yeah, that was part of it.
That we could still,
Cut up.
yeah, let's say cut up.
Cut up.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Throw
Be
some
funny without
singers.
be funny without cussing. You can still do that.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be funny without cussing. So, and then Devin, which was weird in its own right, I guess, kind of just met you.
hmm
Uh,
I can tell you how it started.
okay, how?
We literally started. Well, we started playing online.
With
Dirty
That's it.
said Ty's on here. I said, "Who's Ty?"
Tyler.
And for about 2 weeks, I never really questioned. I thought Tyler Lamb was playing because it's his cousin. I just assumed. And then I think you talked to me at church one time. He's like, "This is who I'm talking about." I'm like, "Oh,
So I just wanted to mention that. So I'm going to go back to the end of 24, leading up to this day, is why I brought this up first, because my sister Carrie was diagnosed with colon cancer at the end of 2024. That's all I'm going to say, because that's her story to tell.
Sure.
I remember when she found out, I was playing football in the yard with the kids, in their yard, and she found out. And I had to, I kind of kept the kids away, while everybody was processing. And it's a big deal, because that's how my papa died.
Mhm.
He had it twice on everything else. So it's a big deal. Uh, and then again, it's her story, but I don't think I ever asked for anything more in my life because it is my little sister.
Yeah.
Than for her to be healed, and I knew she was gonna be,
Mhm.
because in a strange way, I always knew, like I said, that he had me, you
Mhm.
know. But now I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. There wasn't no in between, like Vicky Valancourt. That ain't no guess. That's what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be.
Uh, anyway, and she had her surgery, and she was healed. You know, I'll let her tell that story because that's hers. But I feel like I'd never asked for anything more in my life, just because I didn't want to see it happen to her.
It's a simple, complex prayer.
Yeah.
Just God had just healed my sister.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's
Yeah.
simple enough.
Mhm.
And it happened. So I looked it up. We both have it actually. It's called Lynch syndrome, and it's genetic. We have a significantly higher chance of getting cancer than everybody else. So that's also why it's a big deal, because I feel like that's what my papa had, and he just didn't know it. That's why he had every cancer under the sun. And he was 79. He lived till he was 79, and all this happened. So I mean, he lived a full life, but it caught up to him. That's why it's a big deal to me, because we both have it, and the odds of both siblings having that is very low, like extremely low, and we both have it. So we both get colonoscopies every year. I don't know if she wants everybody to know that, but
They do now.
they do now.
Surprise!
It's just preventative, just to keep a check on it.
Mm.
But I have no worry or fear, because I know if something happens, I know I'm taken care of.
That's right.
Like there's no doubt in my mind.
And you get a nice double cheeseburger afterwards.
2 of them. But I'm fixing to wrap up. I don't know how close we are.
Do you think?
Okay. And now, just coming full circle, looking back at everything, I just wish I would have let go of my pride. Or I guess it was a pride thing earlier, because what I have now, I would not trade for anything in the world. Just the people I'm around. My marriage is awesome now. It's not perfect by any means, but it's just, I'm happy. Simply put, I'm happy. And like I said earlier, it's. I think we're so happy now because we went through all this together. We both went through it together, and just coming out the other side on top feels amazing to me. And all it took was me surrendering, I guess you would say, right? Is that the word? Okay.
Laying it at the feet of Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, that's all it took.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody's out there struggling with this same thing, but don't wait if that's you.
So where are we at real quick, if you don't mind me asking?
30-ish minutes.
Okay. So I'm going to go off. Are you?
I got a little bit.
Go ahead. Sorry, I thought you was wrapped up there.
No.
The plane is not landed.
Yeah, I seen these.
No.
I thought that was okay.
No, I'm not done. I mean, y'all can go ahead.
No. You go finish.
Okay. Like I mentioned before, which this is gonna sound kind of corny, I guess, but like I said, when I looked up, you saw all the stars, and you think there's no way that one dude can do this and how chaotic it is. Now I look up and I'm like, how else could it have been done?
That's good.
You know what I mean? Like it's not, and the world is still chaotic, but it's like a controlled chaos that there's nothing happening that wasn't supposed to happen, and I don't care what happens. I could care less, because I know what's going to happen to me. And I'm going to end with a very simple Bible story. I am not comparing myself to Jonah, okay, by any means. But Jonah, I just want to say that in case somebody thinks that. But
Why not?
Huh?
Why can you not compare yourself to Jonah?
because
Because why?
well, I'm not. I said I'm not. I'm not.
Okay, I'm just saying. You saying it like Jonah wasn't a normal person like the four of us.
I mean, he was.
I'm just saying.
I think you got to ruin everything.
No, I'm not ruining it. That's the whole point. I think sometimes we hold those guys in the Bible to a higher regard.
I mean,
when
yeah, you're right.
your story, your testimony, I mean, it has a lot of parts that are very similar. I mean, obviously, you didn't get swallowed by a fish.
No.
He had a boat.
But he did have a boat,
Hey,
and he was on the run.
That's the reason why you probably didn't get in that boat, because that might have been the way it went for
could
you.
have been.
I'd like to say the fish, but
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be a catfish.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, but Jonah ran, didn't listen, and he got a reality check, and God was still had mercy on him. And that's just what I wanted people to understand, that it's never too late. Obviously, sooner is better than later, but it's never too late to swallow your pride and do what you have to do, whether it be for you or your family or whatever. Just do it. Now I'm done.
All right. So, which we had been conversating a little bit more back and forth about some things, but something shifted for me and seeing you wise, because I did. I mean, I guess everybody could hear was like Ty was the quiet guy. I mean, he'd come to church and then he would leave.
Who's Ty?
Oh, sorry, Tyler. And the night you gave your testimony, small form at the men's thing that night, it's coming from a guy. If y'all don't know him, it's coming from a guy that's just kind of to himself. It's kind of never really got in front of a lot of people and spoke.
Never.
And that night, you spoke about the tree and everything, and I think when you got done, we called it Because of a Tree.
Yeah, that's what you called it.
Yeah, and I called you the next day, I think it was.
Yeah, you made me cry.
I say I don't say a lot as much as I should when people do these things, but there's a big calling. I don't know what it is, but I told you that day that in those moments there's a whole story just in that Because of a Tree. We can go all the way back to the cross with it, and because of the tree.
Hey man, take it easy. You're dipping into my Sunday school class.
And I know me and Ty had this conversation, and I told him there's so much to that you could make so much out of, and it's your story to tell. I think just seeing where you've come from, just from the time I've known you, the growth has been crazy, because you go back to 2022. Would you have ever seen yourself where you're at?
Not at all.
And you pretty much was in your full surrender in 23, correct? That's when you laid it down and you let him work. I feel like that's the biggest hold up for some people sometimes. They hold so much in and they're wondering why God's not working.
Yeah.
What have you not laid at his feet? And I feel like that's where we get caught up a lot of the times, is I'm trying to figure out why it's not working. God, I'm here every Wednesday and Sunday. And you was doing these things, but you haven't just laid it there. And I think you said it well enough. I think some of us get to be a spoiled Christian where we already know he's going to do things. we get to the point where I don't have to pray because I know
Yeah.
He's going to do it. But in those stages is where we get to where you're a stagnant Christian or a comfortable Christian. Those are the moments where you have to move. And you was in a very uncomfortable spot. Said it 100 times. We all when we need Him is when we go to Him, and in that moment was your breaking point.
Yeah.
But He provided. Like He
Mhm.
has always had a plan. You didn't understand why 2018 went, but also a ray of sunshine called Miley come from that
Oh,
same
yeah.
year as well.
Oh yeah.
That year will be remembered in a whole lot of ways, but at the same time, He was working on you. I don't know, but I'm just thinking that your buildup is still going, and where you're going to be used, you're not even going to expect it.
Oh, I was sitting here thinking, it's actually funny you use Jonah. I wasn't trying to kill your moment, but you'll see where I'm going with this. I had not thought about the story of Jonah. I mean, I haven't thought about it today. One of my favorite stories about Ty, and I'll just say this because y'all all know it. Anybody who's met Ty knows it. I think you didn't do it enough justice. Ty's not going to talk in front of a bunch of people ever. Or I wouldn't think that he would. Ty is always going to be quiet. Even when we're hanging out, he's by far the person who says the least. It's not even close. But I was preaching at the church up in Batesville. Nathan had come with me. Devin had come with me. Ty came with me one Sunday. I don't know if Ty had ever even been in this situation before.
No.
But somebody
I can tell you right now, no.
somebody was going through some stuff. I'm not, we're not going to get into the specifics of their stuff. But somebody was going through some stuff, and they wanted to come up to the front, pray over this person, anoint them with oil, the whole nine. Hey, it was different for me because I just started the whole ministry speaking to people. I don't have a problem doing that, but I'd never anointed somebody with any oil.
Right.
You did an excellent job.
I had to. I told them. I mean, I just told each other, listen, I ain't never done this. I mean, I've been a part of it, but I've never been the person doing it. So they taught me something that day. Neither here nor there. This was a church of. Sometimes you'd have 6 people. Sometimes you might have up to 10-ish, 13-ish. I don't remember how many were there that day. But I remember after we did this person was going through. It had to do with cancer. And out of all the people there, Ty had never met any of these people. And Ty, in front of all of them, speaks a word over this woman going through this problem. The reason I thought it was funny that you brought up Jonah was told to do something by God and ran from it.
Yeah.
Until God put him in a position to where he had to go do it. You were running for all those years, and then one day God puts you in a position to speak something. You might not have spoke over a whole city like Nineveh, but you spoke over that one woman's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is very comparable now that you did that. And I don't think God does anything without intention. So he gave you that story because he knew that I was going to talk about this story. I always believe that that's how God works.
Yeah.
So when I stopped you,
Wow.
I wasn't trying to kill your mood.
Oh, I was joking. I
But
know.
that's why I thought it was so funny because I knew that I was going to say this. I don't think your story ends here. I told you not too long ago. There's something for all of us, but I think that you got a lot more to do. Even when you were talking right there at the end of your testimony, I was about to say, hey, somebody get this man a pulpit.
Yeah.
All right? So I think there's a lot more coming your way that God's going to do through you. And I'm excited to be a part of it.
So I shared something on Facebook the other day that they said at that conference, and it's a big part of kind of what we all are going through, that understanding can wait, but obedience cannot.
Yeah.
When I heard that, because we're not going to understand everything, but as long as we continue to our obedience, I feel like we're doing what we need to do.
Yeah. Whether you want to hear it or not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I didn't want to talk to that guy. Just kidding.
Well, I think I'll I'll speak for the three of us anyway when I say this. You're a blessing to this group. The three of us were loud. We're, some would say, obnoxious. And you're the calm in the midst of all that. And I appreciate that. I really do.
You're welcome. I guess.
Yeah, we have to have that from time to time. I will say, something for me that helped me. By the way, y'all can kind of tell that we've already went through all of us at this point, and what's to come we're going to figure out next. But I think when we all really got a little bit close, I would have to say our trip to pretty much Biloxi with the men's thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I say this to anybody that
Some closer than others.
yeah, some closer than others. I would say this to any. This is for a man or a woman, either way. You're trying to figure out that you can't do this alone. Maybe you're not married. Maybe you don't have kids. Surround yourself with Christian folk.
Like-minded people.
Surround yourself with people that are trying to do better. I'm telling you, because that trip alone, I've told these guys that they talked about things that they'd done in their home with their wives, and like how they connect. And I realized in that moment there was things I needed to do. It's also accountability. We hold each other accountable for things. Hey man, what are you doing? In these moments, you need those people. You need somebody to be rough on you from time to time, and boy, are we that. But I think that's something you got to have.
Everybody good?
I'm fantastic.
All right, Austin.
So at this point, how do y'all think about? We're gonna think about. I guess what I'm trying to say is, who's next?
Oh, they can just stay tuned. They don't get to be a part of that conversation.
So we're gonna go that route, and we're gonna try to figure out what we're gonna do next. And I think y'all are gonna be pretty excited how we actually wrap this season up toward the end of the season. Is what I'm trying to say.
Get us out of here.
God, I want to thank you for another night, another testimony, getting the opportunity to spread what you did in somebody's life, and hopefully it reaches somebody who might be going through the same stuff, Lord. I want to take a second just to thank you for the tree, something that would generally mean nothing. We pass them every day, but you used it that day to change Ty's life. And God, I want to thank you for bringing him into our life and this testimony, God, and this opportunity that you've given us now. And I ask that we always use it for your good. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Peace out.